Do you ever believe that there's something called being invisible? I mean, the first time I heard about this, I was like, no, being invisible doesn't mean I can have a superpower that will make me out of this world. But after making some researches about it, I realized that to some people, it's actually a struggle to be seen and to be able to be who they are out there. So on today, on Between the Lines with Yemi of the Youth Arise Chat line, we will be discussing the struggles of being invisible. My name is Yemi and I welcome you to Between the Lines with Yemi. With me on the show today are two important people. When I say important, I mean important. Celebrities. And if you mean celebrity, you have to know to know. Let me say, if you know, you know. And if you don't know it, forget about it. I'd like that they introduce themselves by themselves. Shall I introduce them? No. Let them introduce themselves. Over to you guys. Who wants to go first to introduce themselves?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Gentlemen.
Hi everyone. I'm Damola Elizabeth Shweta. I'm sure you already know that.
Oh yeah.
The ever pretty, ever sassy,
ever diva.
I'm so happy to be here today and I'm sure I'm gonna have fun.
Yes.
And we're gonna learn one or two things,
Over to the gentleman.
Well, my name's Deji Lawson. Well, Aya Deji Lawson. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but hopefully I am. And I'm just, easygoing, straightforward, and just quiet. I guess that's the best way to describe me, but if you get to know me, then the crazy side might come out. So, yeah.
Is that an all kind of thing or ooh kind of thing? Because if you get to know me, you're going to see crazy side. Anyway, thank you guys for coming and being on the show.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the show itself, I'd like to ask you guys, are you following us on all platforms? I hope that you've been following us this year because, if you've been watching the shows back to back this year, it's been amazing content from my co-hosts and it's been awesome. Thank you for always joining us and we know that today is not going to be an exception to the beauty that Youth Arise Chatline always bring to your screen every Tuesday. Now, going on to the show, Oye, I remember the first time I spoke to you about this topic. I asked you, the topic is the struggles of being invisible. Please, can you give us the reaction you gave me? I would like to see that reaction again.
I was like, wait, I'm not invisible. I've never been invisible.
That was the exact reaction I heard from her. It made me look like, okay, yeah, she's not. But then after discussing with her a few moments, and she was like, that's true. So to you now, what do you think being invisible actually means?
Well, after we even spoke, I actually went back home again and, I did a little bit of reading because I was like, invisibility. Usually if I hear that, I feel like that should be a superpower. Like, no one can see me. I'm on top of the world.
Yeah.
I'm moving, but then again, it also has its downsides and it could also mean that, I don't want people to see me because maybe I won't feel accepted if I say something. So, that's also a downside to being invisible, but it can also be good. I actually feel like sometimes being invisible can actually be a good thing. Yeah.
Just for the purpose of today's show, being invisible is not actually totally a bad thing. But we're looking at it from the angle of people who have been actually laid back because of the fact that they feel they are not accepted, loved, or given much attention to as they should, or maybe from people they think are supposed to be loving to them. So I'll also ask Deji, what do you think about this invisibility thing?
Well, just like Damola said, there are two ways to look into it, but since we're going into the other direction, I would say people will feel invincible, or people who they don't feel valuable, they don't feel acceptable, and ultimately they just feel like they do not exist, they doubt their own existence, and they're like, okay, am I really here? But with people, they're like, do these people see me? Do I really belong with these people? one way to look at it.
I actually read a story on a particular blog, and someone said that he thinks to him is just totally invisible, that even in class, if he sits in front, but even if he raises his hand, the teacher goes ahead to call someone else. So that invisibility looks like his lifestyle already, like that is who he is. And people were just trying to make him see reasons why, no, maybe you should speak out more often, because we don't even know what problem he has, what causes his invisibility actually, because these things come due to one reason or the other, which I would like us to even discuss. What do you think could be the reason why, someone feels invisible? What can actually be the cause for it?
Do you want to go? Like you said earlier, like you feeling worthless or not feeling like you're good enough can actually be a reason why someone might feel invisible. What else? I feel like also like self-confidence is really, really important. A lot of people do not have self-confidence, and I feel like that tells on them, because if you raise your hand in class and your teacher walks by you, you can tell them, sir, my hand is up and I want to ask a question. But maybe the person doesn't have self-confidence, and that will be like, it'll take a big toll on the person, because you just feel like, okay, my hand is up, like, what else do I need to do? Like, do I need to stand up or something?
But you know that some people's self-confidence doesn't just get destroyed in one day. It could have been something that have happened over time that causes this kind of thing. I think, for example, some people grew up in families where they're not made to talk.
Yeah.
I've watched some movies and it's like royalty kind of thing. All you just do is, okay. You just take it, okay. All you need to do is yes. No isn't not an option even.
Yeah.
Yes and okay is the same that you have to say. So in that kind of case, I think self-confidence can be really reduced, because you need to accept everything that is being brought your way. So those are the kind of causes I think we should discuss as regards this topic. So what do you think, Deji? What can be the cause for
there are
invisibility?
multiple reasons to regarding the situation. It can, like you said, it can come from family background, family upbringing, and it could also be the society, the culture. Like a person might get bullied in school a lot. And this might lead to the person being reserved, like pulling away from everyone. Like, I don't want to be around these people that make me feel this way. So they just become laid back. They just like what's the best word to describe this? They block out everyone.
Blocking out everyone.
They block everyone out and everything out, because this person made me feel this way. These people made me feel this way. Why should I continue being with them, or why should I continue being around them? That makes sense. Yeah.
It makes more sense, because bully especially has taken a lot of bad side effect on people. It has really, really taken a lot of. Do you have something else to say, or we can just go on?
We can continue.
I remember I read something about how depression can actually be a reason why people just get, laid back, like Deji mentioned, used to the word. Some people are so depressed, and now the problem isn't even other people's problem now. They don't know how to help you because you're not even opening up. Some people are depressed, they have anxiety disorders, they feel like people don't love them, especially during this COVID time. Everyone is just on their own. And I think that actually triggers a lot of people don't like me, they didn't call me. And people were online, people were saying, give the same energy to people.
Yeah.
If they don't call you, you don't call them as well. And not knowing that you don't know what people are going through at the moment. But someone who has depression on a normal day, like is depressed, would experience that kind of, people didn't call me, and believe that, oh, I just need to be out of the world and all of that. And I also think from my end, I think that how can people who have suffered from being a victim of one or two things can actually experience this thing? How can we relate our topic with people who have been maybe sexual violence victim, or narcissism, or what else can it be? Just let's use those two. How can we relate being a victim of violence, either sexual violence or anything, to this invisibility?
Well, sexual violence is a very sensitive topic. And for someone who has been sexually harassed, probably by a family member or just a random person, that would just make the person feel like, I don't feel myself anymore. Like, I don't even think I should let anyone see me. But because you can't avoid going to school, you can't avoid talking to your family, you're just there, but you're not there. So you just feel like, oh my God, can I just disappear from
Can this day just pass by?
Yeah, like, so basically, like, those kind of things can, be a trigger. And, you know, when some people are, like, trying to, like, hoard some things over your head, like, I'm better than you are. Like, who do you think you are? Like, who are you? That's what a narcissistic person will actually do. Like, I care about only myself, and whatever you say really doesn't matter. So that would just be like, okay, I just, well, you're looking at me like, let me not just say anything, you know, that kind of thing. So that could also, you know, trigger invisibility and, you know,
It affects people a lot of ways. People have tended to become other people because they want to please others. Most people who are invisible tend to be people pleasing because they just want to, everyone, we're going to road A, everybody goes to road A. We're going to road B, everybody goes to road B. And then it looks like, well, I think this is how life should be. And people are not able to really go to the full extent of their potentials, which is really, really bad. And I think we should actually even talk about if you are someone that actually talks down on people, it affects people. Let's be good. I think we should talk about that. Let's be good to others because you don't know what you're, you know, putting on the person's mind. Oh, today you don't see, well, why are you looking so haggard? I mean, just, even if it's just a simple, help the person, but don't make it look like the person is really looking bad. And just be nice because you don't know what people are actually going through. So let's talk about ourselves. Have you at any point felt invisible before? Maybe amongst friends, families, you know, it happened anyway. For myself, I actually did once. Back in school. I can't forget.
Do I go first?
Yeah, anyone can go. It's
bro. So when you're talking about invincibility, well, some people it's based on the environment they grew up in. But for me, at some point it was a choice. I didn't actually get bullied, or I didn't grow up in a family where I had to be invincible. I just decided to be invincible. I decided to block myself out of the world, out of everyone, because I'm this kind of person, like, I relocate a lot because I travel from places to places. I change schools a lot. So it was like, I'm always making new friends. And each, like, let's say after 1 year, I relocate to a new place, I make another friend, and then relocate, I make new friends again. So it was like, well, what is the point? Because after each year, this person, I don't talk to them anymore. We can't see each other anymore because, of course, I can't travel on my own. So I lose touch with this person, lose connection. Then I make new friends again. I lose connection. Then
make new friends over and over.
Back. So it was like, what exactly is the point? Like, why do I need to keep doing this? Let me just do me.
Keep to myself.
Keep to myself. So back in university, like my first year, it was like, I go to school, I attend my class, I get lunch, and I go back home. So it was that, you know, process, that phase in my life where I was back and forth, just school, home. So it wasn't like anything triggered it, but I decided to be invincible. So yeah.
So from its own angle, I think people can actually decide that for this phase, I just don't want people in or something like that. That's interesting. How about you? Did you at any time felt invisible to the world?
Well, yeah. Especially like to my family, like people usually see me outside, like I'm always laughing, I'm always jovial. But most of the time, I really just want to run back home to my house. Like I just want to go back to my room. Like my room is like my haven. Like that's where I feel safest. Not like anything per se happened to me, but I just feel better with my own self, like in my own company. And even sometimes my mom is like, come outside. You're always in your room. You're always locking yourself inside. I'm like, if I come outside, like, we'll just talk 5 minutes and then I'll get bored. So for me, it was like, I get really bored easily and I'm like, oh, I'm just not going to say anything. I don't like stress. Like, little things like this stress me. And once I get stressed out, it just affects me generally. So I'm just like, let me just be myself. Even these people pleaser thing you talked about, at a point in my life, I used to do that a lot. Like, is it going to make you happy? I'm going to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Like, I don't just want to stress myself, because if I say my mind, you're probably going to tell me, oh, you're a bad person. Why would you say something like this? If you're actually I'm telling you how I'm actually feeling, and to you it's like I'm being mean or something. So I just rather just,
Not say anything.
like, it's fine. You want bagels? You get bagels. You want a smile? You get a smile. So that was it for me. So, but now I'm very big on speaking my mind. Like, if you mess with me, I'm gonna tell you mess with me. I didn't like it, and that will be that. So.
We're actually going to go to that part where we need to talk about helping. Like, what can people do? Because as light as this topic is, some people actually are choked in it, and it's due to different deep reasons. For myself, I think at a point I wasn't very confident in myself. I wasn't at all. So every other person seems better than me, or rather it's what I thought. Every other person seems good, they seemed better, they can talk more, so the word belongs to them. I can just come from behind, and it affected me a lot. So I think the first time I was ever going to be someone that people know, I was actually handpicked, and even everyone around me was surprised, like, how? Because no one wanted to know who I am. I just come around, do my thing, and just leave. Just because I'm not confident. I mean, I'm 0% confident. And it's rather very unusual because I have a mom who is very, very confident of herself. So out the inconfidelity, I don't know if that is if that's an English, I don't know where that came from, but I suffered it at a point in my life. And it was during my BSc days. So every other person was like out there, and I was just like behind them. So now that we've talked about that, we have a game to play, but we're not going to play it now. I'd like us to actually dig deep into what do you think people can actually do? Because, we've had examples of reasons why people get invisible among friends, family, colleagues at work. What do you think people can actually do? I think I was discussing with you the other time, and you mentioned something about communication. How can communication actually help people to become sane? People have talents, they have gift inside of them, but because nobody would listen to me, no one will hear me, who would even like my voice, who would even want to hear what I have to say, it's affecting people a lot. What do you think people can actually do? I've mentioned one, and that's a cheat from Deji, because I stole it from him. So who's gonna start?
Well, like you said, communication. So first, I'll just talk briefly about that. You need to know who you're talking to. Like, sometimes you need to actually talk to somebody who has the same experience as being invincible. And also, they're like, if you go on Facebook, if you go on Instagram, most social medias, there are groups for this. Like, literally, you can just type in introverts on Facebook, and you see a group about people who are introverts. They have meetings about all of these things. Like, you can actually go to these things and talk to people about it. And also, if you're the kind of person who you don't like talking, like, you're just like, okay, I want to fix this myself. Social media is also there. The internet is also there to help you. There's so many things on YouTube that you can watch that can help you fix these things. Like, the internet is there, like, so many resources. Like, there's so many things you can get off the internet. Like, I cannot stress that enough. But if you feel like you want to talk to somebody, I prefer talking to somebody. Like, I used to be the kind of person that if there's something going on or there's something I'm trying to get, I'll be like, I don't want to ask this person for help because I feel like this person is also going through this, and I don't want to add my own burden to it. So I'll be like, okay, don't worry. Even if it's going to take me 1 year to fix it, I'll prefer to go that route. But after a while, like, I spoke with someone that opened my eyes into this. Like, you don't actually need to, suffer in silence. Just
speak up.
Yeah, speak up. Talk. Like, if you need help for anything, talk to this person. There are people who are actually going to help you out. And actually, there was something that I was supposed to get at some point, and I just decided to ask people, and I actually got what I needed of these people. Like, I asked 3-4 people, and they were willing to help me out. So
that's a surprising thing out of it. That you'd be surprised that people are really willing to help than you can imagine. And that you mentioned something about groups of introverts or something.
Like it's like there's different groups, like groups of alcoholics, groups for like people going through the exact same thing you're going
Same
through.
thing.
They have different groups for this everywhere. Like literally, just join them and share your story, share whatever you're going through, share your experience, and those people might be able to tell you how they were able to fix it. Even though that might not help you, like literally there are 26 letters of the alphabet. If planning doesn't work,
B would
B
work.
is there. If A to Z doesn't work, you have
Y
the
would
numbers.
work.
You have the numbers. You have from number 1 to infinity. Like something is gonna work out. So just talk to people.
Talk to
Open up,
people.
yeah.
Thank you so much. So what about you, Onye? What do you think people should do?
Another thing is just try to improve on your self-confidence.
Improve.
It's going to be hard. There are days when you would feel so bad. Like, you could just wake up and you will be like, I have a pimple on my forehead. It's making me look extremely ugly.
Ugly.
But in your imperfections, you're perfect. And I feel like a lot of people need to come to that reality that your imperfections actually make you perfect. There are so many times that I used to feel down, even if I look good all the time, but there are times when I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fat. Like, people will be like, oh, you're fat. I'm like, yes, I'm fat. Like, you might not get it, but I feel fat. Like, maybe there's this dress I really love, and I try to wear it one day,
it's not
it doesn't
fitting.
fit anymore. I'm like, I'm literally breaking down and crying. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fat.
And someone else is confused, like, sorry, where's the fatness?
Wait, where? Like, I want to be like you, and I'm like, you want to be like me. I'm also like aspiring to want to be like someone else. But, you know, it took me a long time, you know, and also having good friends. Like friends that will actually boost up your confidence. Not friends that will be like, now wow, see the way you just looked at her, like, and then it will even make you feel worse than you're already feeling at the moment, and you'll be like, okay, I think I'm actually ugly. Even my friend is telling me I'm ugly. So surround yourself with good friends that would edify your spirit. See, just stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, baby girl, damn, like hype yourself up. Oh my God, it's very important, you know, to hype yourself up. You know, when you do that, trust me, it will rub off on other people, because they'll be like, this girl, you can't. If you like tell her that her dress is torn somewhere, she'll tell you it's your style.
It's fashion.
Exactly. So you need to build up yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. I do that every morning. Oh, you are very beautiful. I beg. See, whoever has you has gold. Come on. So, my dear sisters and brothers, boost your self-confidence. Trust me, it's going to help.
I think the 2 points we were able to raise is going to help a lot, regardless of what the underlying problem could actually be, whether it's a family problem, a parental neglect problem, whether it's even being a victim. The thing is that it starts with you. No one can actually help you.
Yeah.
It starts with you beginning to say, now is the time I want to speak up, because people have lived other people's dream almost all through half of their life, and because people will not hear me. The last time I spoke, it was 2 + 2 I mentioned. Somebody said 5 and she was correct, and you know, that kind of thing. Open up to people, like Deji said, you know, communicate. If you feel like you're not being heard enough, find a way to make it. I am saying this, then this is what I'm saying. Can you listen to me? And like what she said, boosting your self-confidence. I think someone was saying it. My friend Femi was saying it one time ago. She says that there are some people that come and say rubbish, as in totally rubbish, but still self-confidence. We make people listen to them as though they were speaking. And you see people nodding their head over rubbish, like it's totally rubbish.
Yeah.
But people still nod their head like, words. And the guy is saying absolutely nothing. And someone who has the words to say would definitely just, you know, be there, and people would think, oh, such a bore. Like, you're so boring. You're not saying anything good. So, in every way you can help yourself, either going through therapy or anything, meeting people, communicating your feelings to others, please find a way to know that. Always know that whatever has happened before is not a determination or definition of who you are going to be in future. Don't let anything, any kind of, you might feel invisible either through what you did, maybe decision to, and I'm sure he's out of it now, like You made a decision and it's totally out of it, right?
Yeah.
Of course, he's out of it.
Now for a long time.
Oh, for a very long time. Like that's so, irregardless of what it is that we have been through, sometimes we just need to go through these things to grow. Let us know that there's more to us than just staying back there and following others and pleasing others. Speak up your mind. Be at your best. Boost your confidence, like Onye said. I love that a lot. Now, let's quickly move to our game before they say time is up. Time cannot be up until that game. It's just a very simple game. I think you guys have played it before. Never have I ever. It's a fun thing. Don't be scared. Don't be shy.
Let me just drink my water,
I need water too. No, I don't want. I'm not the one playing it, so I don't need. I don't need to boost myself with the water anyway. Deji, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh yeah, you're also ready?
Yeah.
So I think since you guys have a microphone on you, you won't be able to raise your 10 hands, but I think 5 fingers will go.
Okay.
5 fingers. So the first question says, never have I ever rode a bicycle. Well, like this. Well, like this. Did you like this? So never have I ever rode a bicycle.
So I'll raise my hands up.
And then you take one off.
If you have.
Then you take one off.
Well, does falling down from a bicycle count?
No.
Okay.
I think you wrote it at the point. Someone like me, I have never. I have. I think I felt too. No. So we shouldn't be opening our dirty line outside. Never have I ever fallen asleep in public.
Public, like
Anywhere public.
on a
Any form of definition of public.
plane.
Any form of definition of public.
This is my superpower.
My dear, that is my way to go. Up until 2 days ago, I still did it. In fact, thank God I didn't fall from the bus. You guys have 3 each. Okay, let's say, never have I ever used someone's toothbrush. You.
That's nasty.
That was the first thing I gave. I said, what?
That's nasty. Ugh.
Are you sure you've never used someone's toothbrush?
Never do that.
Okay, you can never do that. Never ever I lied to my boss.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
Sorry, this is not our real faces,
Bottom line, they've lied to their bosses either. Anyway, that's just the bottom line.
Bosses are watching that. So.
Yeah, okay, my ex-boss, so that doesn't really matter.
Never ever ever gotten a tattoo. We move on. I know Onye is going to fall into this victim a lot. Never ever ever left someone unread.
Wow. It's the shade for me.
Because we were just discussing this before. Even you.
It's the shade.
It wasn't intentional, but
I've
I was trying to get a point across.
Even Deji's done with all his fingers, so I don't think we should continue. You're done.
You still have one now. You still have one.
Are you counting for him? All his fingers are down.
Oh, you're done. Oh, wow.
So the way you regard Onye as the winner now, because
John, where's my crown, please? Hello?
you had just one left, like he's not like the 4.
I'm still a good girl.
You're still a good girl because I don't know which one you didn't, rode a bicycle or something. I think you fell for every other one. Thank you for being a part of the show today. We're done with the game. Yeah, we're done. Thank you for being a part of the program today. I really enjoyed, having this show with you guys. Thank you also, our viewers out there, for always, being with us, listening, watching, commenting, and, keep encouraging us at all times. Thank you, because we know that this one also, you're going to give every comment as comes to your mind. We also want to hear about your opinion about this topic. Do you know anyone who has, ever complained of nobody likes me, nobody talks about me, nobody talks to me, I don't feel I'm good enough, I think I'm not attractive, I think I don't know this thing quite well. Do you know, maybe if they actually have overcome it, what did they do? We would like you to share this kind of experience. It could be you, it could be someone else's experience. And that's a wrap on today's show on Between the Lines with Yemi on the Youth Arise chat line. Youth Arise chat line has always been there to give you back-to-back beautiful content, that relates to you in one way or the other, whether spiritual, We're spiritual people too.
Yeah.
Whether relationship, we love love. Whether it's issues of life generally, everything that you ever want as content, as things that you know that will bring you back to things that goes on in life, we are here for you. Thank you once again. My name is Yemi, and I would like that my celebrity guests introduce themselves again.
Once again, I'm Oyindamola Elizabeth.
Don't forget the most.
Ever sassy.
Okay.
Ever diva. Exactly.
Never.
Never.
And I am Deja Lawson, the most easygoing person ever.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just for me. I don't know how to be sassy, but hopefully someday.
It's the shade for me.
Not really a shade,
Yeah.
hopefully I can get there someday.
We'll
Yeah.
meet
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much, you, our viewers, as well. Till next time.